Okay, Cracker S Cracker. Let's see if I can walk you through some basics of Robinhood and stuff. Um, can hide that. Okay, so this is your main screen from Robinhood. Um, Obviously, it will show you your investing and all that stuff in your main screen for what you have going on. If you have any long-term holding stocks or whatever, at the top corner here, you'll see there's a little bell, and it doesn't want me to select it. Oh, that's going to piss me off. Okay, so you go on your bell, it's your notification bell, and it shows all your recent transactions, alerts, whatever, any kind of communications they have, anything that, any of your transactions and such. This is kind of your shortcut to a lot of that. So it will go through and break down all of your different stocks or whatever your trades you've done, things that you've completed, any other random messages they have, just your random notification bar. Um, from your investing screen, you have many options. You can hit the live, so it tells you what's going on here. This is all my cryptocurrency investment that I have right now. Bitcoin and Dogecoin and such. You see what it's done for the day, what you've done for your account for the week, what you've done for your account for the month, last 3 months, year to date, so from January 1st till now, a year, so a year ago from today, what you've done for the whole year, and what you've done all time. I started my Robinhood account and trading actively July 20th, 2020. I joined Tim Sykes and his challenge group, mentorship and all that stuff right around there too. How I kind of met him, came across, was trying to figure out plan B after the pandemic started, because I had a good feeling I wasn't going to be driving people anymore. And stock trading had always kind of been in the back of my mind. And lo and behold, Facebook reads my mind, and I kept seeing ads for Sykes and all that stuff. And so I clicked on some of his videos and learned some things. And around this time or so, there was a stock called Kodak that went ballistic that he had alerted me to, and I made money off of it. So I invested that money that I made back into some books and things like that. And actually, the penny stocking framework and all, the complete guide, the penny stocking framework book that I sent you, all that actually was part of that. When I bought mine was with that purchase, because I won about $100. And so I reinvested and bought a few books and things like that. And some of his, I subscribed to one of his alerts. Kept making money, even though this isn't showing it because it's breaking down by week to week. But I was actually still making money, and eventually joined his challenge group. I'm actually a lifetime challenge member now. But starting to go in around here, I want to say, is when I discovered options, which probably was good and bad. That's why I'm hesitant to teach you how to sprint before walking. Because if I would have stayed on the walking course, I think I would be well ahead of where I am now. But I couldn't focus on the process. I kept focusing on profits and kept losing. Okay, again, no discipline. Get to the beginning of the year. You'll hear a lot about people referencing to 2020. This was when you couldn't lose money. You had to try to lose money, which you see I did a very good job of losing money. I found a way. And beginning of the year, this is kind of when Tesla was having its run up. It's kind of crazy. Kind of like, remember when we were going to Cripple Creek? I'd play the poker table to win slot machine money. Same thing. I'd play Tesla to win trading money to trade other things when I should have just focused on Tesla. And right at the end of the year, I said, well, I should just focus on Tesla. And so I refunded my account for about $200, about here, and bought some far outdated options and such, which will make sense later. And it skyrocketed and compounded. And in a week, I made $29,000 in a week. It was insanity. And then I actually eventually got, about for another week or so process, I made another $16,000 the following week after that. And I got up to, I was up to $54,000 this is a little off because of the time framing. But then the wheels kind of fell off the bus, and I didn't have risk management, just kept going all in on things and not getting out, not having discipline, and lost it all within, like, by the end of the month. It was a tough month. Um, I have something I'll show you as we go forward that'll be even more heartbreaking. But as we can see, my journey was downtrending, just nonstop, just trials and losses, and a lot of the same thing, just no risk management. It wasn't that I was in bad stocks, I just didn't have the risk management. I About a year later, kind of same thing, end of the year, started kind of gaining ground, started catching on to some things and learning some lessons and being consistent. And then kind of same thing, first of the year, forgot how to be consistent and downtrend. And then about 2 years ago, I started, I found another mentor that I was following as well that made a little more sense, resonating with things and the process that I use now today. This is also getting close to when I was running out of inheritance money. All of this was funded by inheritance money. But here I started actually gaining ground again and got cocky, and actually was up to like 18,000. And then the same thing. Same thing that happened on Friday, same thing that happened last week. Same thing, same scenario. Not cutting losses, just getting too tied up into things, doing well, and then I blow it up. Things I'm working on. But anyways, so Robinhood, you can go through the whole process. So you'll see there's not a whole lot of ups and downs in fundage because I didn't have a whole lot of funds to add to it. So it was a lot of ups, downs, and this doesn't reflect, or these numbers too don't reflect money that I cashed out too, especially like, in here and here I did cash out some funds. But you can see your whole journey. And then we start getting into pretty much my birthday is when things started kind of clicking again. So as we can kind of see, go to year to date and see the trials and tribulations, and started to see that actually stuff wasn't all downhill. It was starting to level out, started to figure things out. Like I said, kind of around my birthday, started actually catching on to some things that worked for me. And that's kind of a thing, is finding your niche. And then it's been kind of being buster since middle of March, end of March. I've kind of caught on to some things. Anyways, so back to overview. So that's how you can go through and see all that. You'll see I have $0 for buying power because I used all my money up on Friday. When you trade options, it takes 24 hours for the money to go back to your account, or a full business day. So midnight tonight, I'll have funds back in my account. When you're trading regular stocks, it takes 2 days. So for example, let's say you trade a regular stock on Monday, and you cash out or whatever, you get out of a stock on Monday, you won't have funds available from that trade until Wednesday. It takes 2 business days, or 2 trading days, I should say. Robinhood's always sending up all kinds of things and notifications because they want you to join their services and blah, 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 which when our accounts get big enough, they're actually pretty good options to have. Start getting into the additional tabs that you can track all of your different portfolio stuff. So if you have options, you can go through, it'll break down all your transactions that you've had for your options. Kind of same thing as the main menu. You can go over what you've seen for last month, 3 months, year to date, all time, all that stuff. Yeah, that was my Monday last week. Recovered on Tuesday, made back on Wednesday, had enough, made good move on Thursday, and then the day I don't want to talk about. And then you go into your crypto. So I have Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and kind of same thing. You can go through and see all your histories and stuff. I've only been adding on a little bit here and there, and they always give suggestions for cryptocurrencies and stuff. It's hit or miss, really. If we would have got into crypto, bought Bitcoin back in, 2007, we'd be rich bitches. But, that was back when it was, you could buy, 100 for like, $10. So anyways, I won't tell you stuff because it just breaks your heart. And then, of course, if you have any other stocks, regular stocks and stuff, it'll tell you, what you have, how it's been doing. This is kind of some stuff I've been dabbling in, relearning myself, some of the penny stocking and all that stuff, because it's always good to be diverse. Market's always changing. Yeah, this video is getting longer, so let's hurry up. To discover more, again, all these different things that Robinhood will offer. Then you get to your list, your watch list. You can set up what they call screeners, watch lists. You can adapt it however you want, just whatever you want. You can, when you add on, it shows you everything that's going on for like what has the highest volume for options right now. You can do all kinds of stuff. I've got way too many. I need to filter these out. The easiest way, the little search icon up here at the top, you can search for stocks. It gives you, again, more options that you can create your own screeners. Set up all kinds of different trading lists depending on what you want to research, what you feel specialized in. And it just has all kinds of different options. The one that I want to bring up is something, not only was it on the watch list from the video I sent you earlier, but this could be the start of something. So we're going to go to GameStop. I already have it queued up, but you would just type it in. Until you learn ticker names, you can just type in GameStop if you know the company name, and it'll bring it up. So you would tap on that. And same thing, shows you what it's done. This is what it did on Friday. This is part of why it's on the watch list. GameStop back in 2021 was in 2020. Mainly 2021 though is what you hear. Like you'll hear the meme stocks, the ape army. If you see there's a movie based off of GameStop and all that, it's actually not too bad to see what happened to it. And kind of same thing. You see what it's done last week, so you can see it hasn't done much till Friday. In the last month, hasn't done much till Friday, and you can tap on the screens. You can see what's price wise. 3 months, year to date, hasn't done much this year. In the last year, the high was about a year ago. It hit 27. And these levels that you're seeing here, like the 15, the 18, the 18, and then the 27. You're always going to hear people say looking left. You always want to look left because this tells you where areas of resistance were. So that, 18, 17 area of resistance, and then it spiked up to 25, 26, 27. Again, another area of resistance. So this could potentially go back up to 27, 28 here shortly, the way that it's looking like. You look at the last 5 years, this is why it was so popular. It was a no-name stock. It was a penny stock, kind of gained some ground, popularity, without getting a whole lot of details. But if you remember back when I was showing you my account, and after my big run up in the January, where I had my big weeks and big months and big earnings, well, GameStop was on my radar. GameStop had been on my radar, and I was trading it. I was actually doing pretty well trading it, and I was right in here when I blew up my account when it hit 16.25. And then we see what happened next week. It went up to 80. It actually went up way higher than 80 too, but it actually went all the way up to like 400 something, but then it came crashing back down, which happens when stocks go ballistic. But yeah, I went from literally the next day after my account blew up. Try to find that number again. Yeah, literally the next day after my account blew up is when it skyrocketed. And it was a Friday, and that was Monday. Yeah, hard to talk about, because if I wouldn't have blown up my account, this was on my radar. I had enough fundage at the time on the Friday. Before, if I would have traded nothing on Friday and waited till the Monday, I would have been close to $800,000 is what I would have ended up making because of this and the power of options and things that I'm going to teach you. But part of why I want to show you this, though, is the reasoning for your scheduling for trading. We can add this. If you hit the little plus sign up here, okay, don't let me hit the add sign. So there, you can create a new list with it, add it. I'm just going to put it back on. I have a watch list already for it. But, of course, for trading, something to think about is that trading in the afternoon towards close, the last hour of close, if not the last like 10, 15 minutes of closing, adding on a stock so you're not holding it all day, and then closing it the next day. You're not using a day trade at all, and it's something that you can trade. You can trade into the close. You can set when you go to trade. Let's say you want to go to buy. You buy one stock for the 16. You go into the review process, whatever. Of course, I don't have funds to do it, but you would do it. And then once you have it, you can sell it. And then to sell it, it's the same process, but you could set it up after you've bought the stock. Right, and this is like right after you bought the stock. You can turn around and set it up to sell it the next day when the market opens, or just be awake when the market opens and sell it. For whatever prices that you're looking for. This went up $4 or $5, but you'll see that it actually held. This is why it's on a list. Not only did it spike up with increased volume, which if you scroll down, you can see all the breakdowns and everything. And right here, that shows you what the volume is for the day. And right here shows you what the average volume, if you go down a couple lines here. So that was significant. So the average volume went from 5 million to 36 million. That's 7 times the normal volume flow. That's pretty huge. That's showing that this stock was rotating quite a bit and had a lot of interest. This stock, even though they say with stocks, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. So when we're looking back, through here, and a stock, and way that the market has so much more volume now, these moves could happen. So we could go from 18, we can get in the 20s pretty quick next week, just because of the popularity. Because let's see, does this show volume? No, it doesn't show the volume. Okay, but I think this might be something for you to observe and think about, especially for this next week. GameStop and a few other stocks that are kind of grouped together with the meme stocks could be an option. Okay, so this thing's running longer than I was anticipating for you. But so that's kind of a basic rundown of Robinhood, on the basics of trading and stuff. I know your account situation. This will kind of break down your portfolio, kind of all that stuff. Then when you go into your menu, it goes down into here. And what is it, settings? Nope. Oh, maybe it's from this screen. Nope. Where's that screen that I wanted to show you? Look at here. Oh, okay. Yep. So this is the screen. Okay. So from the main menu, the investing screen up here. So of course it shows all the breakdowns and everything. Of course my account's busted, so I can only deposit 1,000. Let's see down here. Oh, options. So your option settings. I'm pretty sure it won't let you do anything other than just have the basic tier, which is fine. But if you tap on that, it tells you the different kinds of options that you're able to do with your actually, I don't think we're even level 2. Yeah, we're just basic tier. Yeah, so I don't think that you can. So you want to make sure that you do have the trade on expiration date, which will come prevalent later. Yeah, so that's just basic level 2. Yeah, so just make sure that's on, that you have that. Sometimes, again, it may not let you have options until you've had 30 days within an account. So that's just all under the basic account investing. Okay, I'm going to end this one because this has become incredibly longer than I anticipated. So more to come. Where do I go? Oh, there it is.